burning hot water. Take that. How's the hike as we begin our Goose River Trail in Fundy National Park en route to the Fundy Footpath? Evelyn, Olivia, Dad, and Mom's here this time driving us, but not hiking.
I don't pee in the woods.
Right. So if you've watched any of our other videos in Fundy National Park, you'll notice this is the same trail we did after lunch on our way to Chambers Lake. I'm part of the Fundy circuit. We're actually going to hike the same grueling 2 kilometers uphill until the trail forks off as we head to Goose River. We actually have reservations tonight at the Goose River campsite. If only. But we may go a little further. There's actually, with the tides here, we have to cross 2 tidal creeks. So what we're going to do is maybe cross one of them today through something called the Fundy Footpath Link, and end up at Rosebrook for the night. So you'll find out as we head out. Stopped here for a little break. I think we're about, I'm going to guess around 4 kilometers in or close to it on the Goose River Trail in Fundy National Park. Nice spot. It's been pretty flat after the initial uphill climb. A few of these brook things. How's it going so far?
It's good.
Yeah? Liv? Are you the quiet sister on this trip?
Hey, I'm not quiet.
All right. We're coming down to the end of the Goose River Trail. We actually have a campsite booked here for tonight, GR6, which is the one down on the beach. There are 2 other ones up here, kind of on the hill overlooking the Bay of Fundy, that where the wood is located and water source and things like that. We've actually just decided at lunch, or at our break, that we're going to take the Fundy Footpath link, and we're going to cross today. The first tidal crossing we have to do, we're going to cross today. And then we'll stay, I hope, at Rosebrook tonight. And then we'll still have to get up very early and get across the second tidal crossing tomorrow morning, and then we're kind of home free. So this is, you can see down there is site 4, and we would continue to go this way on to site 5 and then to site 6. But we feel great. We've done 8K now, and it's not even 2 o'clock, so we're going to try to get to Rosebrook tonight and enjoy our evening there on the beach. We just filled up our camelbacks. Our water bottles are empty, trying to save a little weight right now while our backpacks are fully loaded. Love that little spigot there because it fills up the Sawyer mini bags really well. If we were staying tonight, we would have gone down to the Goose River Beach campsite. Had a wonderful evening down there. Do note though, if you do it, you've got to come up here to get your water and firewood. We did tell Parks Canada trail crew that we were probably going to go through to the Fundy Footpath today, so they know that, and we let them know at the trail office. So this is the connector to the trailhead of the Fundy Footpath up through here. And ladies, if we're ready, let's go. Almost to the Fundy Footpath, finally. Another foggy night on the Bay of Fundy. It's a great thing about living up here in the summers where I grew up, is that you have a beautiful sunny day, and then later in the day, boom, the fog rolls in and you open the windows and it's nice and cool for sleeping. Well, we're halfway through the Fundy connector, little break here. We're going to cross over and continue over there, back up the hill. A little bit further to go till we get to the Fundy Footpath. We're going to hop across this river and keep going. 55 minutes got us through the connector. Allows us to cross this. Well, obviously going to get a little wet crossing here, but at least we can start the Fundy Footpath this afternoon for a few kilometers. Hopefully stop at Rose Brook. Hopefully, there's only a couple spots there, I think, so hopefully they're not occupied. That would be probably a little challenging for us after such a long day. We have to go up here.
It's not that long.
I actually have to figure out as well where we actually connect with the Fundy Footpath. Looks like a trail here, so I'll be quiet and walk a little bit with you. And we'll have a look. There's the park boundary of Fundy National Park. Thank you, Fundy. I think we only missed one trail. No, 2 trails this year that we didn't do, but we hit all the big ones except Foster Brook, which apparently might be the nicest campsite other than on the beach here at Goose River. So nice. Doesn't that feel good? We got that first crossing out of the way a day early. I think we'll go up here and let's have a little break and I'll show you where we're going. We've made it finally to the Fundy Footpath. Kilometer 0. Beautiful. Well, that short break was good. Now we're starting right there. Here we go. Just about 3 kilometers, well, less than 3 kilometers now for us today. And set up camp for the night. We've just passed, somebody wrote Edwin's Peak on there. We'll have to check and make sure that's legit. It did start some lamenting about the loss of Edwin Encarnacion from the Toronto Blue Jays to the Cleveland Indians ball team. It's been a beautiful walk. Haven't been able to show you a lot of it because, well, it's required both hands. We did get lost, but I used, as you know, the Gaia GPS on my iPhone, and we were able to re-intersect the trail very quickly. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a foggy night, which means our views tonight of the Bay of Fundy, and well, in the morning too likely, are not going to be great. But we'll take the cool temperatures because we'll be able to sleep very well and get up and try to make our tidal crossing tomorrow. Here we are at Rose Brook. We've made it.
So flipping cool.
It's pretty cool. What a gorgeous spot. This looks like a tent pad right here. Somebody's kind of put their rocks out so they could have their stakes probably secured. Little fire pit here. Place to sit, which is nice. Excellent. And the fog has retreated. Now over there was a pit privy and a bear box, but they didn't weather the winter very well apparently, so we'll check those out after. Let's get a look at this. This is why you hike the Fundy Footpath. I've been so excited about this one hike. I mean, the big hike we planned this year is in a couple of weeks in the Rockies, which is a whole different world. But so thrilled to be doing this amazing hike. Oh look, there's Martin Head down there. Wow, fantastic. There's Martin Head down there.
This may or may not be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Like, no actual joke.
And we are here for the night.
So we're having problems with this tent. It's catching the wind right now, and like a huge sail, it's going everywhere. So I have to find a suitable rock to hold down the stakes that Dad's trying to shove into sand.
Yeah, I think I'm on top of a rock here, unfortunately.
We'll see you guys when we start eating dinner. So we're eating dinner now. Yeah. Dad's eating some gross, like, chicken tetrazzini. And Ev and I are eating spaghetti. I pack spaghetti for every single night of this trip.
Well, it's the end of day one. We are almost 3 kilometers into the Fundy Footpath on our way back to the trailhead in St. Martin's. Early start tomorrow morning because we have to hike about 4 kilometers to a tidal creek, Goose Creek, and get across there before it becomes impassable. So we may not have a morning video from the tent tomorrow morning. We may just start on the trail and kind of update things on our progress as we go. So we're heading to sleep now after playing some crib, and at some point we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, day 2 of the Fundy Footpath. How's the hike? We're about 2.5K into our second day. Sorry we didn't have a morning video for you from the tent. We were up very, very early. We're in a big rush to get to a tidal crossing at Goose Creek. We've got about, walk and talk, yeah, no kidding. Here, I'll turn this around for you. We've got about half an hour left till the very bottom of low tide. Now we have a gap after that, which is safe to cross as well. Probably with this tide, hour and a half. Well, we prefer to be there when it's as low as possible. It just makes things easier and safer. But so we've been kind of booking it this morning. First part of the trail out of Rose Brook. Man, it was steep and relentless. In fact, we're doing about, it took us about an hour and a half to do about 2.3, 2.4 kilometers, 2.3 probably. It's just really slow. A lot of uphills, a lot of deadfall. Well, not a lot of deadfall, but enough to make you reroute and stuff like that. So we are trying to book it now to try to make this tidal crossing. If we don't, well, we have a decision to make. Do you sit for 12 hours or do you turn back? And the only reason we would ever turn back is because we have plans on the weekend, another trip. So that's an update. Well, we've hit just after low tide here at Goose Creek, and you can see we've got to get out of here. We've actually got to, we're kind of where I'm pointing the GoPro, that point way down there is where we got to go. So we got to get across and walk up the other side before the tide gets in on top of us. So that's kind of what we're going to do now. Whew, it's been a crazy morning, but we made it, and now we're going to try to make it across. Well, I just made the decision to come across with my boots on. I'm actually wearing hiking shoes on this trail, and that was not a good idea because now my socks are wet. I do have spare socks, so I'm not overly concerned about that. We're going to take a big old break over here anyway, let everything dry. We see the sisters taking different routes. Looks like Olivia will be wearing her spare socks as well.
This is the give no crap anymore walk across. Oh, I'm soaking wet.
Yeah, that would be great if we didn't have a ways to go today.
I'm kind of okay with it. I walked across. I'm wet. It's fine.
We're going to dry out on the other side. Oh, mosquitoes. First one.
It's more wet than me. This is gross.
It's okay, we'll put our Crocs on when we take our break, and
Like, actually, do we have to go up there?
yeah, we're going this way.
Well, my toes aren't wet. But it's slowly seeping.
Oh, I don't think we got to cross a little more over here. We see the white sign over here, so that's where we're heading, and then you follow up in along the woods there to the Goose Creek campsite, which is where we're going to stop and take a long break after almost 5 kilometers this morning. We were up at 5 minutes to 5 a.m., broke camp in 45 minutes, ate a Pro Bar, and now we're going to try to find some water on the other side and have some oatmeal. Just got across, and I let out a big woohoo because this was the stress point for me on this whole trip. So listen to this.
Woo!
Woohoo!
That is so weird, though.
All right, let's go take a break.
But, like, I feel like yours is louder because it's, like, slower pitch.
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
feel like that's louder off in the distance.
Maybe I'm just louder.
No, I was pretty loud.
Break at the Goose Creek camping area. Bear box here, privy. Very nice. Just walking up here to the beach, though, this is also very nice. This is pretty amazing, actually. And boom. So if you look up this way, that's the way we came. Hopefully in this GoPro video you can see the edge of that rock line. It looks like a face, which is very cool. And then scanning over here, there's Martin Head again. We saw that last night, of course, from our campsite. Just a stunning day here. How you guys doing? Nice break, huh? Yeah. Grueling morning for everybody. We really pushed it to get across this tidal creek, and we did. Now we're going to make our way to the Quitty River campsite and see if that's enough for the day, which it may be, or whether we decide we want to push on. Pretty big climb. As you can see that hill there. We're actually going over that, so that's going to take a while. So let's do it. Just stopped a giant snake. Was sitting on the trail in front of our team leader, sunning itself in the sun. There was a rather sudden stop, which is great because we're in a beautiful canopy here. A lot of people film how tough the Fundy Footpath is. They show the crazy ups and downs that we've been doing this morning, for example. And we'll show some of that too, but they've done a great job already documenting it. What you don't see a lot of is just how pretty it is and how you change forest types all the time. So we've just come through a beautiful birch stand. Saw a lovely black and, was it orange, Olivia? Evelyn, I mean?
Yeah.
Black and orange bird, which I've never seen before growing up here. Very pretty. And we're almost to the top of our climb here, which can plateau for a while as we head toward, I think Brandy Brook. Just had another sudden stop due to what I think was probably a partridge. I didn't see it, but there were 3 of them, very large birds. Girls said they looked like turkeys. That's a partridge, I think, for me. Those I do know, growing up here, Actually had one attack me once when I was out fishing. Scared me to death.
The ocean's over there.
Yep, we are right along the ocean now. We've just climbed up from the beach down there, which I can see through the trees. You probably can't pick it up on this GoPro. I think, unfortunately, my GPS is in feet, so I've come up 600 feet with the girls since we left Goose Creek, which is beautiful. Oh, we're going to see Martin Head here, I think, in a sec. Where's the trail?
We're higher up than before.
Yep, don't go any further, please. I am going to try to shoot Martin. There we go, look at that. Gorgeous.
Do we have a stop right here?
Beautiful, look at that. We're going to take a little break. Head back up the trail. Just descending into Brandy Brook. We come down, I think we've come down about, I'm going to guess, 200 meters, 600 feet. I just stepped over that three little mushroom. And a little campsite here. We're going to cross over Brandy Brook and have a nice break. There's, somebody's built some lovely log benches over there. We're going to sit and have a little break before we carry on to the Quitty River. Finishing our steep descent into the Quitty River. It's been a long day. It's just after 3 o'clock. We were up at 5 and left camp at 5:45 to catch the tides. Probably an 11-kilometer day for us. I'll have to look and be sure. Still picking our way through to the river. We have to cross the river. I think on this one we're going to take off our boots and put our Crocs on so that we can try to get everything dry overnight. The campsite apparently is across the river. I'll have a look at that. Obviously lots of fresh water, which is great because we need it. Clean up a little bit. It's been a really strenuous day. Lots and lots of up and downs. And very, very challenging. Probably for me the most challenging 10K I've ever walked. No question about it. If it wasn't for my knees, it'd feel pretty good. So we're going to prep for this crossing and look at a little more from the other side. Got a camp, tent set up, airing out. I had to pack it wet this morning because we were, we're up very early. So we haven't set up in there yet. A little bit of dirt from last night, no big deal. Olivia starting a little fire over here. We're getting ready to rehydrate some food. Drying some things out down here as well, including boots and socks. There was some sun here, which is why everything's set up. You can see the solar panel over here. But the sun is gone. And I do love this Anchor solar panel, and it works really, really well. The problem is without the sun, not so well. We do have batteries with us and stuff, and we can use those if we need to. Mainly for this GoPro and for the iPhone that I use for our GPS. So. How's the fire going, Liv?
Good, Dad.
Looking pretty good over here. A lot better than I was on our last hike. So far. Oh! Burning hot water. Take that. So I'm trying to one hand this meal, and the bottom of the meal is like scalding me.
Hey, if you're a kid and you're bored at a campsite, I drew with some of this charcoal, like just stuff all over the place. I drew this forest scene. It was pretty cool. Yeah, there's camp. We're having to hang our food here because this is a primitive campsite. There's no bear box.
No bear box.
Mm-hmm.
Hang it. Also no privy.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna eat now, and we'll see you guys later. 17. 21.
2542.
28. Let's go.
End of a very long second day on the Fundy Footpath. We got up at 5 a.m., out of camp at 5:45, and then hiked here to the Quitty River campsite, which is very nice. Showed it to you earlier. Nice sandy base for the tent with a little more hold this time than the one last night at Rose Brook. And a very kind of long grind of a day. What did you guys think about today?
It was really, really hard.
Yeah, it was hard.
Really hard.
I felt like puking more than once. But, you know, I'm happy I'm here, so. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. Even though it sucked. It was fun.
It was fun. And you get to see great places when you walk into and you work hard to get there. So I think the highlight for me today was probably the when we were at where were we? Goose Creek. Yeah, with the face and Martin's Head off in the distance. That was pretty spectacular. And we met some nice people there who were hiking through, but there'll be a day behind us. But they're also volunteers for the Fundy Footpath, and those folks, all the volunteers who maintain this trail are awesome, and we sure appreciate their hard work. So that's it. That's it for us tonight. We finished our crib game, as you've heard us say probably every single time. So until tomorrow, thanks for watching.